Hello, I'm Todd Hall, President and CEO of TruLiant. As we mark our 70th anniversary in 2022, we reflect on a rich history that would not be possible without the support of the great city of Winston-Salem. From our humble beginnings in 1952 to the present, where we will soon serve over 300,000 members, hire our 1,000th employee, and exceed $4 billion in assets, to a future poised for continued growth, I am proud of the work we are doing together. TruLiant is grateful for and remains committed to Winston-Salem and all of Forsyth County.
Welcome to the Greater Conversations podcast. I'm Deetra Miller, the Director of Member Relations and Engagement at Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. We'll use this platform to showcase our local businesses, our community, and their stories. Show. It is my pleasure to introduce to you today William Fulton, the owner of the Jugo Bar, and his daughter Chanel Nestor, who is the operations partner of the Jugo Bar. Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So I'm excited to get into this juicy situation.
That's what you did there.
What you don't see right now, Tim and I have just been given samples of some really awesome Jugo Bar juice. So I am drinking the blackberry sage, and I've had a taste of Tim's
Pineapple jalapeno cilantro.
Oh, and these are just two of the flavors you offer at the Jugo Bar. How many flavors do you have?
So there are 43 types of crafted beverages that are available to the community during the seasons. And they're broken down to seasonal drinks.
That is awesome. Oh, they are so good too. Now, let's back up just a little bit and talk about your background. Were you always interested in creating natural juices?
So for me, I go back to my growing up, which was in Happy Hill Gardens. I would say I've always been a master crafter of juices, starting with that famous Kool-Aid brand. I could craft that Kool-Aid into maybe I would say a good 100 different flavors.
Wow.
So I've had this instilled in me for a very long time. So now I'm getting to do it in a different and a real approach that rather than dyes, fake flavors, lab-based chemicals to make a juice. Now I'm using real fruits, real vegetables, bringing in things that's actually going to do something very good for the body, and giving us nutrition and nutrients during this pandemic time.
What motivated you to go with the all-natural ingredients? Did you happen to see that folks were just going all natural? Was there something personally that motivated you to go this route?
So it was threefold. One, that I really didn't look at back labels when it came to myself, but I would say that I was inspired when my daughter had my grandson to finally look at a back label and like, okay, what's in here? But also looking at being exposed to being abroad in France and Italy and those spaces, and we went to the market daily while I was over there and to get fresh things. So coming back home and we're seeing everything with the preservatives, everything's frozen, everything is done to last for a long time, and we're losing nutrients in the midst of that preserve. So I wanted, especially during this pandemic, to really put things in people's bodies that was going to be good for them to help them overcome this pandemic time. So adding things like ginger, turmeric, things that are high in vitamin C, things with antioxidants, those type of things. So it came out of a need during a bad time to really launch it to the next phase.
Initially, when you did it, was it an idea to have a business, or was this something to share with family?
I think originally it was always going to be a business. It started with that first juice, Melon Jugo. Taking that watermelon juice and actually making a very good juice out of it. So just to get that first, I remember, I think we were in Shelby, North Carolina, and I made that juice, bottled it, presented it at the Kings Mountain Convention Center at a fashion show, and the people just went roar for it. So
Wow.
it grew from that one juice to 43 now.
That is amazing. And
Yes.
how long have you been in business again?
So technically, it's been 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes.
From one juice to 43.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Where do you get your inspiration for the flavors?
Flavors, I would say, one, I actually went back to our little school and I did the culinary. So I'm a plant-based chef as well. So looking at the things that actually do the good things to our body, that inspired me. A lot of some of the flavors come in dreams.
Wow.
And like the bell pepper mango was an intense dream, and I woke up and I was like, Lord, you're trying to mess up my business. Nobody in their right mind would drink a bell pepper mango. But after that dream, I took the time to look up the benefits of that bell pepper. That bell pepper is going to give you more vitamin C than an orange. Infused with those Alfonso mangoes that are in that beverage, that's one of the most medicinal mangoes you can actually put in your body. So that drink does the body good.
Wow.
Now I have people that are inspired to put Prosecco in those drinks now. So the drinks are going a long way. So, but I could be walking down the street and see and taste something. I'm like, oh, that would make a good drink. Just like yesterday, a farmer brought me a bag of squash. So I was like, let's make a squash lemonade. So I made a squash lemonade yesterday.
Wow.
That's going to be introduced. Although we're at the end of squash, I'm going to introduce it for next season.
So if they're mixing it with Prosecco, now, so you mentioned alcohol. So
Yeah.
is that not a mimosa, but a Yugosa?
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, I may steal
You can have that one
later.
for free.
That's for the $10 bottle.
I like it. So does that mean that you're partnering with some of the local breweries?
So I've been approached to do some things and some sparkling wines with it. I've been approached with breweries to use and go in that direction. My goal in the next couple of years to actually have a plant-based bar that people can go to. So it will be infused, and soon as some more things get legal, I'll be able to infuse those things into them, and we can really have a really good time with no alcohol.
Oh, wow. That sounds
Still
really
plant-based.
interesting.
Yes.
Still plant-based.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so let's back up a little bit and talk about your connection to Winston-Salem. Did you grow up here?
So I grew up in Happy Hill Gardens. I would love to say that the gardens really, it molded me. I remember as a child having access in the community to like apple trees, pear trees, blackberries, plums. Wow. And when I didn't have it in the community, I went over into my neighboring garden, which was Old Salem.
Okay.
And as a kid, I don't think they liked me. Because what I didn't have in the house, I took from Old Salem. And I remember as a child picking the apples. Just didn't do. I took the whole branch. So you would see the story in my new kitchen space when it opens, that you would see me with the Winston-Salem background at the apple tree with me as a kid dragging the whole branch. So
wow.
the story behind it was that they were like, you can have all the fruits you want, but stop breaking the branches.
So I speak about the artist that actually did that mural as well.
Yes, Leo Rucker, he did that piece inspired by the story. So Winston is my home, and I strategically came back to Winston-Salem because I wanted my products made right here in Winston-Salem I wanted it made right in my neighborhood that I grew up in, so we chose the Enterprise Center as a commercial kitchen space. I wanted it to be a community effort that we can, as a community of Winston-Salem, can grow a business. We can create entrepreneurs. I've also went into other business processes where I have like an entrepreneurs hub that I started here in Winston-Salem as well. I'm working not only just for me, but to be able to get other entrepreneurs a platform as well. So
Really? That's
yes,
interesting. Talk a
yes.
little bit about that.
So that platform I can go a little bit about. I started with my partner, the Greenhouse. It's on Poplar Street. That was a vision of mine to actually have a retail store. During the pandemic, I saw a lot of entrepreneurs that were selling on the street. Some of them had great products. I'm like, let's put this on the shelf. So that is actually being still continued on with my business partner. I focus totally on the juice, and now that the juice is doing, wow, it's going beyond Winston-Salem. So now in Charlotte, you can find the juices on the Ballantyne Hotel menu,
Wow.
which was just noted, put out that the Ballantyne Hotel, I think, was number 2 in the world. And my juices are on that menu.
That's
so,
wonderful.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes. So the Ballantyne Hotel saw my product. I came in and gave them a tasting. They loved it. They moved out a $1 million juice company and brought in my local juice company. So.
Because they saw another $1 million
That-
juice
yes,
company
yes,
in the Jugo Bar.
yes.
Agreed.
Yes, and so this Winston-Salem product is throughout Charlotte, through farmers markets, throughout Durham and Raleigh as well. The juice is doing amazing. I thank God that I have never been able to throw away a juice. They all sell, and I make bunches of juices.
How much juice would you say you make in a week's time?
In a week, I probably bottle, I would say 2,100 bottles
Wow.
A week?
a week.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Yes,
juice.
It's a lot of juice.
That is.
So, and then on the back of that bottle, you see Winston-Salem. So that is the key. For the greater Winston-Salem is to see that it's right here, Martin Luther King
I love it.
Boulevard, Winston-Salem.
I love it. There it is, right there on the back of this bottle, along with the wonderful nutrition facts and all of the great stuff that's inside of this bottle. By the way, again, I'm drinking the blackberry sage, and
Let's
it's
talk
amazing.
about what's not on this bottle.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. let's
So,
talk-
so there's ingredients. If
Yes.
you look, the ingredients say water, pineapple puree, wholesome sweetener, raw cane sugar, jalapenos, cilantro. That's it.
That's it.
No junk, just
No
juice.
junk, just juice.
Yes,
I love
That
it.
is awesome.
yes, that's the key.
And my wife, who sits out there right now, loves that I like things without all the extra crap in it.
Yes.
So she is happy that I'm drinking plants. She likes whenever I am eating and drinking plants.
Yes.
I admit that usually this is the stuff that my food eats.
Yes.
But
Yes, yes.
but when I do, she loves it. So thank you for making her love me even more.
Thank you for sampling.
So speaking of the natural ingredients,
Yes,
I know at the Enterprise Center they have a garden over there.
yes.
Some of the things that you use in your juices, do they come from that garden?
So some of the juices, some of the things come from there, but we're working on a larger approach here. It's called Renew for Scythe, along with my business, other businesses like Village Juice, Camino. We're getting together with a actual growing with micronutrient soil. So some of the things that are grown in that bottle were there. They grow in Happy Hill Gardens, in our garden there with micronutrient soil. So you're getting more vitamin dense sage than just the normal, just plain it grown in dirt. So we're starting from the soil. We're putting our hands back in the soil. So we have a group of community effort stakeholders in the community that are putting our hands back in the soil, We're growing the bell peppers that are in the bell pepper mango, the sage that's in the blackberry sage, in a micronutrient soil. So we're giving back a little bit more punch than just the normal drink. So there's a lot of intent in each of these juices. And to know that, one, that I'm putting my foot back into the community that raised me, it means everything to me to see this succeed and scale.
I think there is one ingredient here that's missing that needs to be on the label.
Yes.
Love.
Love. Yes.
There's a lot of love in there.
Yes.
I can taste the love. People don't believe that love is an ingredient.
Oh, yes.
And
You
this
can
is
taste
certainly, you can taste it in this.
Oh, yes.
I mean, if you think pineapple, cilantro, jalapeno, or pineapple, jalapeno, cilantro, you're like, okay. But you can taste every single part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can, there's a little pulp left in here, which I am a fan of pulp. If I get my orange juice, I want it
Yes.
full of pulp. Because I like to chew my juices.
Yes.
But the flavors in this definitely are enhanced by the secret ingredient,
Yes.
love,
Yes.
for sure.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of growth,
Yes.
I believe that you are expanding into a
Yes.
new facility.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about
So one, I've outgrown the Enterprise Center. They have been wonderful to me. They actually took my business to the next level, which I say the first step. And I'm now actually, thanks to Linville Group, Aubrey, he gave me a call personally and said, William, I have a space that possibly can work for you. It's in the chamber building. It's in the basement of it. Go take a look at it, and if you like it, we're gonna make this work for you. And he did just exactly what he said.
Wow.
Found me a kitchen space that's gonna offer me walk-in refrigerators and freezers, and the space to create 24/7 if I need to. So the new address for the commercial beverage lab is gonna be 411 4th Street. And this is right up under the Greater Chamber of Winston-Salem. So I'm excited for that phase. Also excited that next Friday, August 12th at 1 p.m., I will be introducing Charlotte to the Jugo Bar tasting room. So there you're getting
You're going to have a tasting room in Charlotte?
Tasting room in Charlotte.
Oh, talk to me about that, because I'll
And,
have to tell my friends down in Charlotte about this.
So I tried all over Charlotte to actually get our Winston-Salem-based business in Charlotte, and I could not find the most affordable space. And one of my customers that I didn't even go to said, William, I have the perfect space for you. Go check it out. I looked at the space and I was like, I can't afford this. And she was like, yes, you can. She put that deal right in my budget, secured me a 3-year lease right in the heart of NODA. NODA is a high traffic, high volume. It's the Soho of Charlotte. So my daughter's worked with creating the environment, and I'm just tickled to just say Friday at 1 p.m. on the 12th that I'll be opening the doors and people can get the juices throughout the week. So Winston-Salem is
so
expanding to
exciting.
Charlotte, and we're looking at further areas. And I'm not only just taking me, I'm bringing some other Winston-Salem entrepreneurs and some Charlotte entrepreneurs and giving them a taste as well. So that's why it's a tasting room. You're getting a taste of a lot of different things. We're also going to have open space for, you want to speak on that part?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the space is much larger than than he's even stating, and so we have the availability to open this space up to artists and creatives in the city of Charlotte as well.
Really?
And so there are spaces that are available for renting. So maybe if there's an art showing, you have a product that you want to do a pop-up for, whatever it is, we're there to support you as well. I consider myself a creative in the state of North Carolina, but I do various other things as well. And I am super happy for that. I was able to receive a grant from the Foundation for the Carolinas, which, you know, it was a non-restricted grant, so I've been able to infuse some of that money for this space as well, to be able to support. Yeah, it all works together. It's much bigger. It's much bigger. Than the things that my father said, because I've been able to take a back seat, and so you're able to observe everything, and so it's a greater food system connection, and just the way that things go. Like my grandfather, my father's father, sold watermelons throughout Winston-Salem and southern Winston-Salem, Davidson County, and the larger state. And so to see that the very first juice that my dad makes is watermelon juice is amazing. Amazing. It's a family affair, producing these juices. It's my cousins, it's my aunts are there, my grandmother's there sometimes, to help and to support with getting juices back and forth, or if we need help with selling juices, it's everyone there. And so it's really been amazing to be a part of this process, and find my space within it. Yes. Within all of it. Mm-hmm.
I love that it's a family business, but you're also bringing in community and employing people. Thank you for doing that, and putting a nice little punch into the economy for the entire state, really.
And I must give the big plug to Mount Moriah Outreach Center in Kernersville.
Okay.
My brother, Bishop Todd Fulton, gave me my first start. We started right from the garden that we were growing in Kernersville, and gave me my first platform for kitchen space to get started. So, yes.
That's awesome. Family supporting family.
Yes. Yes.
That's so important. Now, you mentioned that you're branching out to Charlotte and you're looking at other areas, but for anyone that happens to be listening to this program right now and they're interested in all of the things that we talked about regarding the Jugo Bar and these juices, can they order it online and have it shipped?
Yes. So right now we have some store retail spaces available. So Bowie's Market, that's 749 Avalon here in Winston-Salem, Buena Vista area. You can find the Jugo Bar. Green Street Say So Coffee, you can find the juices there. The New Share Harvest Market, you can find it there as well. And always the jugobar.com, that's TheJugobar.com. You can find the juices all the time. I forgot one space, the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Farmers Market, which gave me my first start. If it had not been for the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Farmers Market, there could possibly not be a now time right now. So I think from the bottom of my heart, the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, the city of Winston-Salem, for providing a platform for entrepreneurs to get started.
So William, I have a question. I think Dietrich's getting ready to wrap this up, but where did the name Jugo Bar come from?
That's a great question.
That actually came about. I wanted the juice bar. I could not get the juice bar on domain.com, so I played with words. And Jugo was available, which meant juice. So it came from there, but it was also inspired through travels. My daughter has a West Indian background, so Caribbean, Spanish, French, all of that. So it's culture. It's all infused together. So the whole Jugo Bar is a variety and multicultural. So it goes beyond the word Jugo, which is Spanish, to Asian. So we're doing Asian, we're doing Indian drinks, we're doing Caribbean drinks, Spanish drinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's really great because we sell at the Black Farmers Market that happens every second and fourth Sundays between Raleigh and Durham. And what I will say is their community is very diverse, and so we're getting our Latinx and Afro-Latina communities and Latino communities coming, and they're just like, oh, I haven't had this since I've been back home, or just our Middle Eastern communities, Indian communities, and it's such a wide range, and we just see all these different cultures just enjoying this juice and coming to us and then leaving I don't want to say that, like just with the surprise and excitement, and then they're just excited to come back and support.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's an umami where it's sometimes like the first time they feel like they've ever tasted juice.
Like I've never had anything like this before. We get that so much. Yeah.
Wow. This is wonderful. And I'm so excited to have tried mine for the first time. So I'm a big fan now.
Yes.
Super excited. So for everyone listening, is there anything that we didn't touch on today that you want to share?
Wow. I just really want to thank the city of Winston-Salem. Thank you, my neighborhoods and friends, because I was able to develop a product that my vision was to develop in my hometown. I was able to develop it, launch it, get critiques from my local peers and community before it launched off to a bigger project. So I just want to say thank you to Winston-Salem and to the greater Winston-Salem Chamber for giving us a platform here. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
And again, if they want to learn more or place an order, they can go online to
thejugobar.com. So that's TheJugobar. Sounds like Jugo, but sounds like spells like Jugo, sounds like Hugo.
That's perfect.
Yes.
William and Chanel, thank you so much for being here today. And for everyone listening, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
We know you enjoyed this podcast today, so join us for the next episode of Greater Conversations. By the way, you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. Also, be sure to visit our website at winstonsalem.com. The views and opinions stated in this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our sponsors, distributors, or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. or your toast.